In 2010, 3 companies gambled on a project the industry called Impossible, an idol group that did not exist yet, a group whose name fans would choose and whose fate magazine ballots would decide. 6 years later, those fans filled Tokyo Dome. How Muse changed idol anime forever was not about music or animation alone. It was about a system no one had ever built, and it began with a single page in a magazine. On May 29, 2010, a press release announced a collaboration that seemed to defy industry logic. ASCII MediaWorks, Sunrise, and Lantis were 3 companies from publishing, animation, and music, and they joined forces to launch LoveLive School Idol Project. But this was not just another idol anime. The language was bold, calling it a living project that evolves with the audience. From day one, the plan was to build something that could not be contained by a single medium. The July issue of Dengeki G's magazine bundled the first teaser booklet and a short animated music video, giving readers more than a preview, and it gave them a stake. The editorial team, led by Dengeki G's own editor, described the project as an open invitation, where every magazine page, every CD, every web update would be shaped by the people following along. This was not about launching a group with a ready-made story. It was about creating a system where fans would help write that story themselves. The 3-way partnership set the stage for a new kind of idol experiment, one where the line between creator and audience blurred from the very beginning. In December 2010, the fate of the group's name rested in the hands of its earliest supporters. Dengeki G's magazine ran a reader ballot, inviting fans to submit and vote on what the school idol unit should be called. Hundreds of ideas poured in, each one a tiny declaration of belonging. The winning choice, Muse, pronounced Muse, wasn't chosen by a committee or a marketing team. It was the will of the community, printed in the magazine's official results and echoed across fan forums. This was more than a name. It was a signal that every major decision could be up for public debate. But the ballots didn't stop at naming. Early on, the magazine and official website rolled out popularity polls that let fans decide which character would take the coveted center position in music videos and CD covers. Each vote, whether mailed in or tapped out on a mobile phone, shaped the group's direction. Fans weren't just spectators, they were architects of the story. The center shifts, the lineup changes, and even the narrative focus in future products all traced back to these early votes. In a world where most idol groups arrived fully formed, Muse was being built from the ground up by the people who cared most. The experiment was working. Fans had real power, and the blueprint for participatory idol culture was already taking shape. Muse's first real test came with their commercial debut. On August 13, 2010, Lantis released the group's first single, Bokura no Live Kimi to No Life, in a limited edition that did more than just deliver music. The CD came bundled with a bonus DVD featuring the project's opening movie and included a lottery serial card, a small slip of paper with a unique code that promised fans a shot at exclusive goods if they entered online. Less than 2 weeks later, on August 25th, a regular edition hit shelves, offering the same songs but without the extras. This staggered launch wasn't just about sales, it was about building ritual. Fans lined up at Akihabara shops, eager to snag the limited version before it vanished. The bonus items weren't afterthoughts, they were early proof that LoveLive was built on participation and reward. Every CD sold was a ticket into the world, a tiny investment in the group's future. Lantis's marketing team, led by Masayoshi Oishi, watched the numbers closely. The debut single's performance would decide whether the project had a future or faded as just another idol experiment. For the fans, holding that first CD wasn't just about music, it was about being part of something that might, just might, become real. On February 19, 2012, a line of fans stretched around the block outside Yokohama Blitz. Inside, 2,436 seats filled up for Muse First Love Live, a concert that felt more like a leap of faith than a sure thing. The 9 voice actresses, some trembling with nerves, stepped onto the stage not as themselves, but as the characters that fans had chosen and shaped over months of ballots and magazine votes. This wasn't just cosplay or a reading. Every song, every MC segment, every dance move was a test. Could a group born from reader polls and CD extras really exist in the real world? The answer came in the roar of the crowd, the synchronized glow sticks, and the chants that matched the rhythm of the songs. For many in the audience, this was the moment Muse crossed the line from an idea on a page to something you could actually cheer for. The performers' voices cracked with emotion as they sang, and the fans answered back, not as passive listeners, but as partners who had helped build the dream from the ground up. Yokohama Blitz wasn't a stadium, but it was enough to prove that the 2-dimensional to 3-dimensional bridge could hold. After that night, Muse was no longer just an experiment. They were an idol group with real-world gravity, and the industry was watching. On January 6, 2013, LoveLive School Idol Project premiered its first anime season on Tokyo MX. Overnight, the project vaulted from a niche experiment to a national conversation. The story of 9 girls fighting to save their school played out week by week, turning casual viewers into regulars and sparking a surge in new fans. Ratings for the debut episode landed at 4.1%, a rare figure for a late-night idol series. DVD and Blu-ray sales for the first volume shot past 30,000 copies, and the Oricon charts began to fill with Muse singles and soundtracks. For the production team at Sunrise, this was more than validation. It was proof that serialized storytelling could ignite emotional investment on a scale no magazine ballot or live concert had yet achieved. The anime didn't just tell a story, it created a rhythm for the fandom, drawing in viewers who had never bought a CD or voted in a poll. Each ending theme and insert song became a new entry point, fueling merchandise sales and feeding anticipation for the next episode. The weekly broadcast transformed Muse from a cult favorite into a commercial force, setting the stage for the next phase of LoveLive's multimedia expansion. On April 15, 2013, LoveLive School Idol Festival landed on iOS, and suddenly, the project was not just a show or a CD you listened to once a week. The game turned Muse into a daily ritual. Collab's product team designed it with one goal: to keep fans coming back every single day. The core was simple, but addictive. Tap along to Muse's songs in a rhythm game, unlock new tracks, and collect digital cards featuring every member in dozens of costumes. But the real genius lay in the event cycles. Every week brought a new limited-time challenge, a fresh story chapter, or a rare card up for grabs. Missing a day meant missing out. The game's gacha system, random draws for the most coveted cards, turned collecting into a habit, not just a hobby. By the end of 2014, downloads in Japan alone topped 7 million. For the first time, fans could interact with Muse on their own schedule, not just when an episode aired or a concert streamed. The feedback loop was relentless. Play the game, get invested, want the music, crave the next event. This was not just fandom, it was daily life. On March 31st and April 1st, 2016, Tokyo Dome filled with more than 50,000 fans each night, an ocean of light sticks waving in perfect unison, every color timed to each song. For longtime supporters, it was a pilgrimage. Some traveled from across Japan, others from overseas, just to be part of the spectacle. The voice actresses who once sang to a few thousand now stood beneath the dome's massive roof, performing as Muse for the last time. Each member's introduction brought waves of cheers and tears, echoing years of shared memories. Fans held up coordinated banners and formed a galaxy of blue and white for snow halation, a ritual born from early concerts and perfected here on the grandest stage. The journey from Akihabara's cramped event halls to this stadium was more than a victory lap. It was living proof that a cross-media experiment fueled by real participation could fill the biggest venue in Japan. The Tokyo Dome finale didn't just close a chapter, it set the template for what idol anime could become when fans, performers, and creators moved together as one. The formula behind Muse didn't just inspire fans, it gave the industry a playbook. By April 2015, LoveLive Sunshine launched with Aqours carrying forward every key element, including a 9-member cast, cross-media releases, and a system where fans again chose the group's name and center through app-based voting. The 4-pillar model, music, anime, live concerts, and a mobile game, was no longer an experiment, but a standard. Sunshine proved that the blueprint could be replicated. Its debut single hit the Oricon charts, the anime drew strong ratings, and real-life concerts filled venues from Nagoya to Tokyo. The commercial logic was clear: tie every purchase, poll, and event into a cycle that kept fans invested day after day. Some critics questioned whether this was art or business, but the results spoke for themselves. What started as an uncertain gamble became the template for idol anime, reshaping how stories, songs, and fandoms are built. Today, every new idol anime traces its roots to those small rooms and risk-filled ballots. The fusion of live performance, fan power, and digital connection that Muse pioneered is now the industry standard. The blueprint remains, reminding us that, in fandom, dreams scale as far as we dare to build. Share your thoughts below.